That was cool. Yeah. Oh.
Hi everyone, welcome back to K-Pop Crash Course. I almost forgot the name of our channel. My bad. My name is Jo.
I'm E.
And this is our special guest, Katie. Woo!
Welcome, Katie.
Welcome, Kate.
Thank
She's
you.
basically a pro because we just watched a Blackpink video.
I know everything
Two Blackpink
now.
videos.
I can speak Korean.
Yeah.
I know what a girl crush is. I know what a cute girl is. I know that Lisa from Blackpink is my new crush.
What are you even doing here? Get out. Leave. You're good. You know everything about K-pop.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Katie is a motion graphics designer. Is that what you do?
That's what I do.
Can you tell us in a nutshell what that means?
What is it?
It's basically like graphic design, except I make things move. I work primarily with text. I do a lot of titles, like main titles and promo titles for various TV and movies.
Yeah, so exciting.
I love words.
Anyways, I specifically asked you to come and watch these music videos because this is actually where we are with you in the discography of BTS. We've been going through the discography, and we are going through Map of the Soul, which is a great album, by the way.
Is this chronological? She's going through it?
Yeah, we mostly have been going chronological.
For the most part, yeah.
I kind of skipped the very first album, and I want to go back to it. But we started from, like, the BU on. Mm-hmm. So we've gone through The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Love Yourself, Map of the Soul is this one, and then B is actually the next one, which we're doing a lot with Luke.
Okay.
But Map of the Soul, this whole album is about psychology. And so
Seems ambitious.
I know. And the way the discography works is kind of like The Most Beautiful Moment in Life. That album is all about like your most like beautiful moments in life when you're young 20s, like getting to know like friends and like life and like discovery and just going out there into the world. Love Yourself is the next album. Beautiful album. Is all about relationships and loving others, like loving yourself before loving others. Wonderful album. And then Map of the Soul is about them as artists finding themselves
As artists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
One of the biggest things that they talk about through Map of the Soul is the difference between an artist, like a K-pop idol, and an artist, which is something that they had to struggle with a lot. Is like, I'm not just an idol. Like, I'm not just like handed songs and like doing things. I'm actually like an artist.
Okay.
And so,
do they write their own music?
yes,
Yeah.
All of it?
yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
I think that's one of the things that really like differentiates them from a lot of other groups is that they write their own music. They do a lot of their own production or have a hand in their production. Have a hand in doing their choreography. Like they very much have ownership of their brand and like the direction that they're going in as artists, which is, I feel like, rare.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but from what I've seen so far, it seems rare for a group to have, which is,
Well, yeah, because you said they're like formed pretty much at like this school.
Yeah, well, they kind of all auditioned, and then were kind of like placed together, and like their specific label, like the director of that label was kind of like, I want you guys to have ownership, and like you guys get to choose what your group is all about. And so BTS actually stands for Bangtan Sonyeondan, which means Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
What?
Yeah.
You said so many things. Wait, it stands for what?
Bangtan Sonyeondan.
And that means Bulletproof
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts? Okay.
And their whole concept is very much like, we want to like shield, I forgot how J-Hope said it, but it's like we want to shield the youth from the bullets of like society and judgment and like the way that like society talks down to them. So a lot of their music really talks about like political, societal type stuff. They talk about like heavy stuff like mental health. They talk about like bullying. They cover a lot of like really deep topics.
Okay.
And so
Okay, BTS.
yeah, they're like they're
Were they the first group?
No.
Or they're just the most famous ones?
They're the most famous. They are the biggest one. They're like third generation, like K-pop. So there's different generations.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. But they are the biggest thing that they are actually compared to the Beatles and Michael Jackson more than they are compared to like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
Why did they get the most popular if they're like third generation? How come other ones didn't do as well?
Well, the first generation is more like you could correct me if I'm wrong, but like Big Bang,
I'm just trying to get Joe in trouble.
Like they're like first generation, I think, or second generation, and some of them started coming over here. But I think the depth of their music really connected with their audience, their fan base, ARMY.
Okay.
And ARMY was like the ones that really pushed it out into the world. And so like they're the ones kind of getting them on radio, getting them like, you know, more coverage out to the world because their music has touched so many people. More than just like regular music about whatever. They
have a very legit depth to their music, and that happens with almost every artist when you think about it. Once like people realize the depth and connect with it, like you look at Billie Eilish, she won how many Grammys by the time she was like 17, 16, but the depth and the lyrics of her music connected with young people in a way that hasn't happened in a really long time.
And I think that comes with the fact that that's what an artist is they make their own stuff. And like I feel like that's the thing that kind of separates them from, you know, other bands.
Yeah, they can like say stuff with conviction.
Because it's actually
theirs.
From them. So anyways, the 3 videos that I want to do with you is the framework for Map of the Soul, Persona, Shadow, and Ego, which is each done by the different rappers of BTS, the rap line. So like, you said you like rap.
So I am hip hop.
Rap music.
But basically, this is the framework. This is the first song in the album. Shadow's in the middle. Ego's at the end.
Okay.
And then, you know, Black Swan, On. Those are all in there. Those are such great songs.
Oh, so good.
But they all...
So good.
But these are the like the columns.
The columns that hold up the Map of the Soul, basically. But they each wrote their own song. So RM is really talking about his persona, and like Suga's really talking about the shadows within, and then J-Hope is gonna sing about ego.
Okay.
So
great.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Ready. Oh, and graphics.
Yeah, that's already really cool.
Motion graphics all over the place.
There they are. Look at them go.
Look
at all these graphics.
나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 않았겠지 how you feel 지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내 예전보다 남자짓고 써 소원했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해내 그림자라는 망설이 이라 쓰고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설이 적이 없었네 무대 아래던 나는 조명 아래던 자꾸 나타나 하지라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 날 노려보네 야이지수에 시작한 거지 벌써
That was dope. Oh.
샤면 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 어쩜 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 지실리지도 않은 후에 네가 매일 밤 싱그럽게 네 굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 성샤 그 가장 앞에 wild but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I tell me all your names baby do you wanna die or do you wanna go do you wanna fly what's it show what's it drink do you see it live
Wow.
oh shit I don't know man but I know one thing Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 잃지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어
That's trippy.
Ew, I don't like those things either.
웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매부가 살아 숨쉬는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry Persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry
What?
Whoa, that guy's so cool.
He's so cool.
That was like the best.
Wasn't that
ending.
great?
Yeah, that was dope, y'all.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. So like,
Okay, RM, I see you.
he took
What's
like
his name?
his name's RM. So here's the thing. RM, his name is really Kim Namjoon, but his stage name when he first debuted was RM for Rap Monster. And so, I mean, he is a rap monster.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
But
I
the
mean,
thing
I feel
is-
like it's appropriate.
But the thing is, this whole song is like him wrestling with like, who am I? What's my persona? Like his whole chorus is like, who the hell am I? Like, and his whole thing is like trying to discover the difference between Namjoon, Rap Monster, and now his name RM stands for Real Me, and so that's who he is. And so he's trying to move away from who this was, but also find out who he is, but also be like, why do you guys love me? Mm-hmm. Do you love Rap Monster, or do you love me, or do you love RM? Mm-hmm. You know, and so he's trying to understand like who he is as like the leader of the group, but also who he is as a person. So that's the whole idea between persona is like, what's the mask that I'm putting on? Mm-hmm. And that's why there's like a big version of him.
That was, yeah.
And so that's kind of like the beginning of the album, because they're kind of wrestling with like who am I? Mm-hmm. You know?
Mm-hmm. So he's like the leader of the group. He's the leader of the
He's
group.
the leader of the group.
And he's like the best leader. He's the best.
He's pretty great, actually.
He's so great. He's so intelligent and so great and so funny.
I just love how he always like redirects things during interviews to like protect either Army or to protect the members or just to de-escalate or to be like respectful of his fellow members. Yeah, it's pretty because you know media can be kind of tricky when they be asking their questions, especially out here on the West Coast because we don't understand. Not that we don't understand. I feel like we don't take the time to
learn,
research and learn about other cultures.
Is he the one that speaks English in interviews?
Yeah. So the next video I have for you guys is actually Born Singer, which is by the way, I wanted to say that all three of the songs, RM, Suga's, and J-Hope's, all sample music from their first album.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
So
really cool, actually.
they sample
That's
music.
unique, yeah.
So they all sample music from their first album. A lot of the artwork in that music video is artwork from their albums. So like all the stuff that's like lyrics and artwork is all around them. So them wrestling with like what's happening right now is pulling from the past. Anyways.
Okay.
So this music video I got for you guys is one of my favorites. It's called Born Singer, and it's sampled from
Born Singer?
Born Singer, sampled from J. Cole's Born Sinner. And so it's actually like a dual kind of music video where like, because the song came out, their version of the song came out in like 2013, I think. And so there's a concert of them singing it in white sweatshirts at like 2014-ish, early on. And then there's a version of them wearing black sweatshirts at like 2017, 2018, 5 years later.
When did J. Cole's version come out?
Like 2009 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But you'll see in this music video that they all kind of like either face outward or face inward and like lean on each other. But you'll also read the lyrics and like read the differences of like the change within 5 years.
Okay.
Sorry, this is a lot.
I have a hard time reading it because I'm like looking at the visuals.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
This one though, they're mostly just standing.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll read it this time.
Yeah.
I know, it's like you're like just constantly looking up and down like
That's why you have to watch the videos like multiple times.
I see.
I'm a born singer 정말 들어버린 고백 I swear 언제나 말기만 했었던 신기루가 눈앞에 있어 I'm a born singer 어쩌면 이른 고백 그래도 너무 행복해 I'm good
If you want to hear the two versions, you have to put both ears in.
여전히 내 곡책을 밟은 찬스 되기 싫냐 무대 사이서 펜을 들고 간 사람서 이런 내가 니들 눈에는 뭐가 달라졌어 damn shit 난 여전히 내가 변했다고 가수 전에 변함없이 본질을 지켜 I'm still rapper man 상정과 다름없이 랩하고 너를 해 I'm out
생활 청라져버린 고백 I swear 언제나 말기만 했었던 신기루가 눈앞에 있어 I'm a singer 어쩌면 이른 고백 그래도 너무 행복해 I'm good whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah.
솔직히 두려웠었어 큰 소리쳐 나는데 난 증명한다는 게 백과생만 하던 내가 가진 세상을 노리겠다는 게 I don't know 세상은 기대치 완화면 비대치 할까봐 두려웠어 나를 믿어줬던 모든 사람들을 배신하게 느껴봐 무거운 어깨를 펴고 전부 내어라 살 나의 짧은 성적 숨을 골라 내가 지켜봤던 사람들 이제 날 지켜보고 있네 항상 올려봤던 특수 그들이 지금은 내 밑에 어초바탕처럼 스쳐도 없이 한번 보니 영국이 시작돼버렸지 3분 만에 증발한 내 삶들의 비켜 비춰지는 마이크와 기세 몇십 절 뿐이었지만 똑똑히 쏟아내 fucking real 야만 있고 뭐만 나는 직사를 거듭과 can't you feel 그리고 내려놓은 순간을 함성해 우리 좀만 우리 좀만 무릎별 대신 미소만 말없이 멤버들은 그저 내 어깨에 두드려줬어 꼭 엎제 같은데 5년이 흘러버렸어 내 그새로 믿겠네 그들상 해온 일이 내가 기본 올리고
RM looks great in the beret.
He does.
왜 욕했는지 알아 하지만 숨을 싸서 너보다 잘 나가는 나
Wow, that guy's awesome.
Which one?
I like his glasses.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that guy's my favorite.
What's that?
That guy's my favorite.
You mean your bias?
He's my bias.
Oh, really? I agree with
so.
that. I co-sign.
매 순간마다 다시 내게 다짐해 초심을 잃지 않게 항상 나답게 처음에 나에게 부끄럽지 않게
We go, we go, we go. We don't. I swear 언제나 멀기만 했었던 신기루가 눈앞에 있어 Singer 어쩌면 이른 고백 그래도 너무 행복해 I'm good
It's like Harry Potter.
Like a hard Harry Potter.
Yeah. Is that guy crying?
Yeah. The thing is, like, they said that in the black sweatshirts, they all started facing outward because they didn't want to face inward because if they did, they would
Crying.
cry. And so when they turned around and faced each other, they started crying.
Go ahead, Jungkook. I hear you.
Wow. Hitting that high note at the end.
So that's like one of my favorites, just
That
because
was-
it's like you could see like
awesome.
their journey and like
Mm-hmm.
they're so like heartfelt in it, and just like the change within 5 years to see them at one point and then another point.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh.
That was like very Eminem vibes,
Eminem vibes.
which is my favorite. So I was very
Okay,
sad.
very very cool. But yeah, that's That's what I start you off with. I forgot to ask you, did you have any thoughts about like the graphics in the first video?
And the first, yeah, those were cool. That I like the little. It was like very 90s. It was like very like Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah.
Like things popping up.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
video. I liked all the colors.
The
I liked the
pops.
fish islands. He
Mhm.
felt very aggressive when he was coming up in the fish islands. Which
Oh.
I thought that was cool.
I've heard from other people where they kind of describe the 3 different rappers, and they always kind of describe RM as like the 90s, like hip hop kind of like vibes. So that would make sense as far as like the art direction in that.
What's this guy's vibe?
The guy that we're gonna do next,
No, this one that was just sugar.
Sugar. Sugar's a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, sugar.
Like Eminem. No, not so much.
What do you think?
Not as aggressive as Eminem's. Really aggressive.
I mean, Sugar's pretty aggressive.
I mean, like his
But
cadence,
Eminem's
his cadence sounded more familiar of like.
I'll kill you. Just like I think it's a different level of aggressive. But
Yeah.
who would I compare? I have to think about it. I think.
Anyways, that's it for our very first video. What did you think about BTS there?
I mean, that was very impressive.
I'm very-
I liked that a
Oh,
lot.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I like hand selected your videos.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I realized how versatile they were because I've only seen like their popular songs, which are cool, and they do rap in those.
Yeah.
But it's not quite as like
That
was like a rap song.
yeah.
Their gems, I feel like, are not necessarily their bangers. I mean, their bangers are amazing, but I feel like their gems are like when you like dig a little bit deeper in their catalog, and their catalog's extensive.
I mean, I keep on like finding new, like not new songs, but like their older songs, and it's like every song's a really good song
Yeah.
with a lot of depth, and so it's kind of hard just to be like. But they're also just so versatile. Like they're different sounds. The next set of songs that I have for you, one of them's actually like a Latin sounding song.
Oh,
So it's really exciting.
that's awesome.
Plus, there's like more choreo in it.
It's
so you
like
can see
they
them
have
dance.
everything.
They do.
They're like a
They-
one-stop shop. They're like, never mind, I won't say that.
It's really nice because I feel like a lot of times bands are, at least on the West Coast or the West Side of the world, they are pigeonholed into a genre, and they're like, you can only create music in this genre, which I understand because it makes it a lot easier for labels to do what they need to do for their artists. But it is really cool, and it does go to show their artists, like their artistry, and like their labels, like faith and belief in them, that they like have allowed them to do so many different like vibe, sounds, genre, and just let them do whatever they want to, which is kind of cool. I feel like that might be a good lesson for us over here to stop maybe strong arming artists
Well, yeah.
as much, like give them more creative freedom.
Like I hate when you're like, and there's a new album from someone and it sounds just like all their old stuff, and you're just like, okay,
or
like
it sounds like everything on the radio at the time.
or
You know
that's
what I mean?
yes,
yeah.
especially here where there's like new songs every Friday that sound just like the old songs from last Friday.
No, I feel like if you go through their catalog, it's like a surprise every time. It's
It really
something
is,
different.
yeah.
You're like, what? You do this music too?
You're on a BTS shuffle, you're like
what?
all the genres,
All the genres,
all the things,
all the things. Anyways, like, subscribe, please, if you like us.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it for them.
And for you.
Do it for me.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Bye.
Be out.
Peace out.
See you in the next video.